All right, so I'm not gonna start off with those are the two. I'm gonna start off asking basic questions, right?
I'm
In
sucking
your
it.
own, damn, bro, ain't even second question yet. But in your opinion, your own words, right? I want you to tell me what do you think will make a good like open world RPG game?
I'm gonna just say my thing on it. I don't I don't like RPG games.
What?
Wait, nigga, you didn't let me finish, dickhead.
I'm not stopping you. I just said what? I don't know.
I
why
said
you thought
I don't like
Well-
RPG games where I'm constantly doing some shit just to level up.
That's so fun though.
Nigga, I get hot and sweaty playing RPG games because I'm doing the same shit for 30 hours.
I mean, you get hot and sweaty in sex too, but you still like that.
I'm not putting in as much work. I don't mind RPG games as a title. I don't mind them. They're really fun, and I hate it. Like Black Myth
I think it's
Wukong.
understandable.
Black Myth Wukong was a great RPG game in its own self because the grinding on there was not hard.
Yo,
I wouldn't count unless I want to just get a whole new like staff or armor sets. That's fine. But like just to go up levels just to be the boss, I ain't doing all that shit, bro. I'm glad to make it kind of easy.
I can agree
so-
with that.
well, okay.
So
Alright,
to
alright.
add to what you were saying, right? What if it was like an RPG game where it's like it's not
Why am I
too
hitting my
focused
head?
around leveling so what? It's just more focused on you going around like with your friends or solo, whichever path you choose. You as you level up, yes, you get like your little rewards here and there. But it's not to where it's like it takes you to kill like 100 and something mobs to fucking level up by get one level, right? Or something like that.
I could agree with like a lot of stuff Jakori said. I think one of the things I really hate is, to me, turn-based games. I fucking hate turn-based games.
Valid.
I don't enjoy it. I really hate not being able to fight when I'm in a fight. But like I said, it's grinding. But I think a game that really made me enjoy 100%ing, and I'm like still close to 100%ing it, is Breath of the Wild and also Tears of the Kingdom. I enjoyed doing the dungeons in that game. I enjoy making stupid shit. If you have a good game, people will enjoy just fucking around in it. And also, if it's open world, the game needs to feel alive. It shouldn't feel bland and boring and repetitive like a fucking Ubisoft game. It needs to feel lived in.
You have such a fucking hard on for them right now, bro. That's the
Yeah. you know it.
So it's a pretty obvious one, but what I've been seeing in recent years, not so much the developers, but it's so simple, man. It's just time and just not over promising things, but mostly just time. Like I've been seeing a lot recently. This just doesn't apply to open world games, but just games in general. Developers, they want to appeal to so many people. They want to hook everybody on the hype train of whatever this game may be. So early on, they promise so many things and then they just underperform. With like an open world RPG or just open world in general, you need a lot of time and preparation. And I'm not just saying like 1 to 2 years, dude. Like Aramis was saying, look back at Breath of the Wild, right? Breath of the Wild took, if I'm not mistaken, like around maybe 6-7 years of development. Breath of the Wild had like 6-7 years of development, dude. Like, within 1 to 2. They were able to plan out dungeons. They were able to make the world feel alive. And admittedly, yes, in some parts of the games, they did still fail on. But for majority of it, they did overachieve and they did build upon that. Like if you had the time and the preparation to actually do the things you set out to do, then yes, you can promise all these things to your consumers. But it's the fact that they rush themselves so much, just trying to pump out the game just for the sake of just getting an extra buck. That's really what it is. Majority of these games, I'm not saying all games, but a lot of games nowadays, they come unfinished. Let's be real. Glitches, bugs, or it just sucks. Whether it's in one capacity or another, it just sucks in some way. I'm not saying any game is perfect or it releases without its fair share of issues, right? But it's really just how the developers are willing to tackle those issues or even acknowledge them. Because some act like they don't even exist. So if that's the case, then you're not really going to get anywhere and the fan base will soon fall. So I guess what I'm really just babbling about is that if you take your time, everything will fall into place. And then you'll be able to build your foundation off of that.
I don't think in order to make a good game in general, you need like a shit ton of prep time. Mostly, I believe that like most devs these days just don't know what the fuck they're doing with their games. Nowadays, it's like it's not even staying alive for more than a month. Take Wuthering Waves for
What's
Uh-huh.
that?
Exactly.
So let me finish. Yes, I like what the devs I like what the devs did when it came to like them announcing their games. Like they fucking took words from their fans and shit, and they basically renovated the game. Yes, it was good, but I felt like when they released the game, they didn't really have much planned out, which ended up causing the game to die out like immediately after that. So I agree with what you're saying. Just like not 100%.
Open worlds in general, man, they're always like, okay, open world RPGs just in general are always in the same aspect that like there's quests, there's side things, there's for times in which there's even a skill tree, or even better, like you just upgrade equipment from time to time, or you change out equipment for something better or worse. And half of the time it like just feels more, I guess, organic in a way, when you know for a fact that the world around you kind of like expands in a bit. It somehow changes as you fucking start playing the game more. And like the greatest one I will say, I don't know if this is considered one, but Witcher. All the Witcher fucking games, bro, fucking top tier, like in my opinion. I loved every second of them. Always had something changing around in your environment. You do every little quest here and there, and sometimes it wasn't like as excruciating when you had to grind out certain missions or the little things that you had to do, or just even doing the storyline in general. Like it just felt fucking it just felt like you were getting something new every time you played it, and it was. But it's those types of games that really like bring someone out to like really go the extra mile to do even the most dumbest things or the simplest things. Well, I'll probably like hitch back on fucking what Gabe said, that everybody has some different, unique style and how they want to play a game, or they prefer certain things. But open world RPGs are meant to be, open, I think it's sad that it's getting to that point.
So to add on to what you're saying about the repetitiveness, right? Yes, that's one thing I really fucking hate about games today is the repetitiveness. Not just game alone. It happens in anime. It's very repetitive. Like you see someone do something, it's like, okay, that's cool. People like it. Let me do it. Just because someone else doesn't, people like it, doesn't mean you can't. Yes, I inspire you to use that as inspiration, but don't just like copy and paste that shit. One thing I realized mostly about open world games these days is that most of them nowadays are just trying to copy Genshin Impact.
I will fight you on that. Nope, they are not. You are.
No, most
you
of the
are
ones.
dick-riding that.
Most of the ones.
Okay. Let's specify, all right? Let's say
Yeah, you are
Which games?
dick-riding that
Which
shit.
games?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they completely copied it, but they did copy a few things from like what's it called, Breath of the Wild, I believe. It's not like they copied the whole system from Breath of the Wild. Like fucking Wuthering Waves, right? Fucking great game. I love it. The story, I love where it's going right now. I'm not fully caught up on the story, however, so I'm not gonna say too much on that. But when the game first dropped, then you load up in the game, you can literally just stay here and stare at your screen and say, "Oh, another Genshin Impact remake." That's like the one thing that I don't like about open world games.
I feel like you dick riding that game a little too much, but then again, maybe I just be.
Dick rides a lot, so.
Bad, but the thing that's hot.